What's up, everyone? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys this 9-game slate here on Taco Tuesday. So, if you're unfamiliar with Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks, basically they give you these discounts. Usually every like 2 hours they'll drop a discount, but who knows what they're gonna do today? They gave us a Garland discount yesterday. It was like a 14% discount. He absolutely killed a lot of us. I saw a lot of people in their Discord, our Discord, just absolutely tilted over that Darius Garland, only having 13 points in that game. So whatever, we'll bounce back tonight. It's okay. Hopefully they'll throw us a bone. Maybe LaMelo Ball will be at like 10 points. We'll get like a Siakam at like a really low line. Who knows? Maybe a stud like Steph Curry goes on sale for like 15, 16 points. Let's get a really good line. They do have a Discord that you can like vote on, so I'm gonna have to check into that and see who people are voting on for the taco today. But I'm hoping we get a good one. So, like I said, Prize Picks, fun way to play. You can sign up using promo code Upstate. That'll give you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. So we do offer some premium content over on Patreon. Riaz, why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on the Patreon. We've been red hot for NFL. Tough night last night on the 4 game slate, but that's okay. We got a nice 9 game slate here. We're going to bounce back on the Patreon on here. It's going to be a great day. Me and Dale are doing write ups. We got hit rate articles, just a lot of stuff. And we have a Patreon only Discord, so a lot of ways to get our picks, see what we're thinking, and we got bets going on as well over on the Patreon. So you can find that at patreon.com/upstate, and it'll also be in the description below.
Yeah, so we're gonna get right into the slate, man. 9 gamer, like I said. I don't have anyone in points. Usually, if you know me, I'm usually a huge points guy. I think points. There's a lot of ways to get them. You can get them from the line, you get them from deep. You can target guys that put up a lot of volume of shots. Terry Rozier, like he's gonna go out there and shoot. I mean, I can't say I don't like Embiid today, just by the way he's just been playing. We've seen the January month for Embiid. I can't say I don't like Embiid, that I don't like anyone in points. I think he's my guy, but not the player I want to highlight. But Riaz, do you have anyone here you want to highlight in points?
Yeah, I got 2 guys. I'll talk about them a little bit. I like Russell Westbrook here at 16.5 against this Brooklyn team with no Durant, no Kyrie since it's a home game. And we saw a nice bounce back game against Miami. He had 24. I mean, even the game before that at Orlando, he had 18. So we definitely saw the minutes creep back up to 35 after that benching. And AD is probable for today. I'm not sure how many minutes he's going to play, but definitely an easier matchup here considering it's at home for the Brooklyn Nets. So they're going to be running out the same guys that they play at home. And then Steph Curry here, we talked a little bit about him hoping he gets a taco, but even at 24.5 for Golden or against Dallas, I mean, we know the struggle he's had in the past. Seems like 2 weeks now where he's 1 for 5 on the last 5, which is really tough to see. But we know the production, the volume of shots. It's looked awful as of late, but it's kind of hard to count out Steph Curry, especially the fact that he really only needs 25 points, and this is going to be a tough game against Dallas. I mean, Porzingis is back. Luka's looked really good. Jalen Brunson has been playing very well as of late as well. So this is going to be a really great game, 10-10 game. So Steph Curry here at 24.5.
Yeah, this was a guy who was averaging 30, early on in the season. He was like the runaway MVP, it seemed like early on. It was like his race to lose. We saw since the return of Klay Thompson that he struggled a little bit. Not in anything, hard to the team. It's just, he just wasn't able to put the ball in the basket. I don't know, if it had to do with Clay coming back or he's just hitting a slump, but we'll see. I think this is a nice spot for him to bounce back, and I like Westbrook in a different category. I'll get to him right now because I do like him over in rebounds. So it's going to be nice for the Lakers to kind of get back to full strength here. We'll see if AD definitely goes out there and gets decent minutes. I'm not sure, but with all the turmoil that's been going on, Westbrook getting benched like Riaz said, everything that's been going on, the minutes have been trending up. We saw this team play Brooklyn, less than a month. I mean, a little over a month ago on Christmas. He had a triple double in that game, 12 boards against Brooklyn last time they played on Christmas, and the minutes have been steady. They've been going up, and the Lakers are favorites here at 2.5. Obviously no Durant, no Kyrie, so I like Westbrook here in the spot. I think he can have a big game. I like him more in his points and his rebounds rather to his assists. I know his assist line is a little low too, but I think the rebounds here is definitely a really good spot. I know AD kind of takes away from this a little bit. But I think AD, they need so much help scoring the ball. I think AD is going to be focused on scoring the ball, and Westbrook can do his thing grabbing the boards.
Yeah, I mean, top three, probably top three best rebounding guard in this league. And at 7.5, we saw that line, 8, 8.5, even 9 at some points this season. So at 7.5, that's just a great line. And then another guy that's at 7.5, and that's Porzingis here against Golden State. I really love this matchup. Still no Draymond Green. We've seen Looney just absolutely destroy the boards. I mean, upwards of 12, 15, 12 again against uh, pretty decent teams. I mean, the Pacers, he had 15. Minnesota, he had 12. And then against Houston, of course, you're going to see big production against Houston. But Porzingis is in a great matchup here tonight. I mean, definitely one of the best defenses ranked points wise, but they're not that highly ranked rebounding wise. So Porzingis is in a great spot here.
Yeah, I think Porzingis looks really good. Obviously, Looney's been smashing. I think he looks good too for sure, but I think Porzingis at the 7.5 looks awesome. One more guy I wanted to talk about in rebounds. I'm gonna go to Zubac here, a pick that I haven't been on all season. He's at 8.5. His last five look pretty good. This is the problem playing, even anyone on the Clippers that's not Reggie Jackson or Morris. I mean, you just don't know what the minutes are going to be. We saw Zubac fall out in a lot of games this season, but the minutes have been trending up ever since he had that career high against the Nuggets in that overtime game. He's been playing a lot better. We saw him go for 10 boards against Jokic, 10 boards against Embiid, and then another 14 against Mitchell Robinson and Randall down there. So I think he's trending upwards. I think, he's got some confidence right now. I'm going to ride the hot hand, I think, with Zubac. The minutes have been there, 37, 24, another 30 minutes. So I think he looks pretty good here tonight, but be wary about this pick because you never know what this Clippers rotation can be like. He can go out there and play 20 minutes, but I think he's a solid pick tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then to jump over to assists, I'm really only on one guy here, and that's D'Angelo Russell here at 7.5. 2 for 5 on the last five. Hasn't looked great. I mean, 12 against Golden State. Last game against Brooklyn, he had 10. He's been very up and down, especially in this category, but we've seen the streak so far this year. I mean, he can get this in a half. We saw him have seven assists in that Golden State game in the first half. I mean, a lot of playmakers around him. We saw Edwards get a little banged up. He looks like he's good to go here. He posted on Instagram that he's good to go. So we know the production from Towns is phenomenal, and just a bunch of other shooters around him. D'Angelo Russell at 7.5 is a really great line in my eyes.
Yeah, he's always in a good opportunity to hit this line with all the scores he's got around him. So I like Russell there. I think he's one of those guys night in, night out you can definitely look to. The last five don't look great, but Portland's awful on defense, and they're not very good guarding the point guard position. I know sometimes he's kind of like off ball. They'll play Patrick Beverly, but for the majority of the time, especially late in the game, Russell's handling the ball. So I don't mind that pick whatsoever. The other guy I wanted to look at here in assists is Kevin Porter Jr. at 6. This was a guy really early on in the season. Me and Reoz were like all over him, and his fantasy scoring stuff was letting us down night in, night out. We saw huge games out of him last year, 50-point games, just triple doubles. But this year, I mean, it's been slow. But in the second half of the season, maybe he can start to pick it up. He's at 6 assists flat here, 8 against the Clippers. He just had 2 against San Antonio. That's what is weary here about this pick. But 8 against the Warriors, 8 against Utah. So I think he looks pretty good tonight. Like I said, he has a majority of the ball handling responsibilities. He's played 36, 31, 34 minutes. He's been scoring the ball well. Not much of a rebounder, but he's definitely creating for his team, and the team's definitely got a little bit of scores around him. I mean, Jalen Green, Tate, these guys that can shoot the ball, Garrison Matthews and stuff like that. These guys that can shoot. So he's got some scores he can look to. I don't think he looks bad in this spot.
No, and I mean, these are two teams that rank bottom last in points allowed. So this game just looks like it's going to have a very high game total. So a ton of opportunities for Porter here to get those assists.
And I'm gonna jump over to PRA. Real quick, because there's definitely a guy I like here in PRA for sure. One of my go-to guys on this slate, Bradley Beal. I was debating whether I wanted to go to him in points or not, but I think 32.5 PRA looks so good here. I mean, we saw him against a tough matchup in Toronto, go for 38. Boston's been pretty sound on defense all year. 31 against Boston. I mean, not great, but he's a guy that can give you 28, 29 points. We saw him take over ball handling responsibilities. He's going out there giving 5, 6, 7 assists a night. He can rebound a little bit too, so I think he looks awesome against this Clipper team. They look really good on paper, don't get me wrong. They're 10th in points allowed, 13th in shooting guard defense, but this game's got a tight spread, 220 over under. And this is the team that gave up 28 points to RJ Barrett 2 days ago. I mean, they gave up 24 points to Chris Duarte, 23 to Bane. I mean, I can go on. Harden went for 40 on him. Lou Dort went for 30. So we've seen talent all around in the shooting guard position go off against the Clippers. I know on paper they look good, but Bradley Beal is among the elite when it comes to scoring. So I think Beal can get it done in scoring. He can give us a couple assists. I think he can get us there tonight.
The big thing is we just saw when he takes over the point guard and the ball handling role in this team, he can rack up assists. I mean, even his rebounding has looked really well this year, upwards of 6, 7 some games. So at 32 and a half, especially with the scoring output, I really like that. And then another guy who really just fills up the stat sheets, LaMelo Ball here at 31 and a half. I love this category for LaMelo Ball. He does have a lot of turnovers, so fantasy score, I kind of tend to fade him here. But at PRA, I mean, this is just phenomenal. We know the triple-double upside. We know he can go out there and score 20, 25 points if needed, but he's going to rack up assists. He's probably top 5, top 7 rebounding guard in this league. Really does it all for this Charlotte Hornets team. So at 31 and a half, I love this line. It's a really great line for him, and we've seen him just hit over this so many times already this season.
Yeah, I mean, with a triple-double here, you just need, 2 more in one category to get you over. I mean, he's going 10, 10, and 10 to get the triple-double. And, if he can give you 10, 15, 15 points right in there, I mean, he's definitely going to get you over, maybe 11, 12 rebounds you're going to get over here. So you're kind of playing for the triple-double here with LaMelo. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to wow you in points, but he definitely can go out there and give you 21, 22 points. I mean, I don't know if we're going to see like a 30-point game out of him, but I think his PRA looks amazing. That's why I'd rather go to PRA for him rather than his points, because he can definitely struggle in points, and give you like 14, 15, but he can make up for that in other categories. So PRA, LaMelo Ball looks amazing here. We'll go to three-pointers made. Yeah, pretty spicy today in three-pointers made. A lot of guys at like 1.5 I think look decent here. Got Wiggins, Porzingis, Beal. So there's some people here. I don't know. Nothing really here stands out to me particularly. But I don't know if you like anyone.
Yeah, I mean, you could never go wrong with Beal. I know he burned us very early in the season, but he's looked a lot better as of late. Andrew Wiggins has been shooting the ball phenomenal, especially since Klay Thompson has came back into the mix. And even Steph Curry at 4, he hasn't looked great. I like him on the points. This is definitely one. If you're not really on the points, you could definitely take him over here on over 4 3-pointers in this game.
Yeah, always night in, night out, Curry is viable. So anyone in fantasy score you like or blocks and steals, you want to jump to any of these categories?
Yeah, for fantasy score, definitely someone who's going to pick up big minutes, especially in this Lakers game, is Patty Mills. He's going to be the second guy here, considering no Harden or no Kyrie, no Durant. And we saw the production he gets when there's no Kyrie. He gets into the starting lineup, plays 30, 35 minutes, and just plays a big role as a kind of a counter partner to James Harden. I mean, James Harden is a phenomenal player, but he can't do it all. And Patty Mills at 22 and a half. We know the rebounding's not there. He'll get you 2 or 3 maybe, but he makes a lot of plays for this team. He can rack up assists if needed, but the scoring output for him is definitely what's going to get it done here for the fantasy score. You could honestly see him getting 23, 25 points if he starts really getting hot from 3. But a 15 points here with a couple steals. He's very active on the defensive end of the ball as well. So 22 and a half is a great line for Patty Mills.
Yeah, I absolutely love that line for Patty Mills. I'll never forget the first game of the season. You got Brooklyn going out there. No one really knew the rotation, how it was going to be. Mills just steps in and hits like 6, 7 3-pointers, smashes that fantasy score line literally in the first half, just scoring the ball. So he's definitely a guy that can get hot from deep, and he can definitely get you there. Definitely a guy that can give you a couple steals too. So I think his fantasy score looks really good tonight. Patty Mills definitely gets an uptick in volume here. Anyone else you want to look at, or do you want to wrap things up?
Yeah, we could wrap things up.
Yeah, really good slate here, man. 9-game slate. Like Reoz says, we're going to be posting a lot of stuff on the Patreon today. We're going to keep you guys updated. The Discord's been awesome that you guys have been in. There's been a lot of winners lately. I know last night we struggled, but we're going to try to bounce back tonight. Really love this slate. Like really excited to get to it. NFL this weekend, and we're gonna continue to do NBA all week. So let's watch out for these tacos too. Hopefully we can get some solid tacos. But good luck tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Peace.